Tagalog na susunod. 144.
We're going to ask a volunteer to describe the word, what it means to them. So the first word here is perseverance. Irene, come on down. What is perseverance and what does it mean to you?
In my opinion, I also hopefully everyone's opinion, perseverance means never giving up, even in very low times or even times of very negative thoughts or maybe negative ends. But perseverance is supposed to help you through that. Because, like I said, perseverance means never giving up. So, if you do not give up within that bad time, you'll eventually get over it.
So our next word here is kindness. Who would like to do kindness? Ryu, what is kindness and what does it mean to you?
Kindness is things like helping someone with their books or maybe even holding the door for someone can make a positive difference in the world.
What is gratitude and what does it mean to you?
In my opinion, gratitude is the act of appreciating what someone does to you. Yes. For example, I feel gratitude to my teachers who help guide me through a math class every day. I am grateful for my friends who help me through tough times, and I'm grateful for my family, which encourages me to socialize, not that I like it, but they do work good for me.
Leadership. I like to take leadership. Okay, pick one.
To me, leadership is something extremely important. Imagine a group without a leader. Imagine how messed up it could possibly be. For me, a leader is someone who leads by example. A leader does something and the teammates follow. It's like being good. It's allowing everyone to involve in a work. Let everyone who's good at something do their own part.
Okay, next word is faith. Miss Bua.
Faith means a trust or belief in something or someone, even though you can't see or prove it. To me, faith is believing in yourself and pushing forward no matter what happens.
Our next word is teamwork. Pun.
Teamwork also helps people to be supportive and respectful towards others. During our English class, our teacher, Ms. Lola, would usually let us form a team to achieve a goal or an assignment in our classroom. During that time, I also found out that a classmate that is usually unhelpful and lazy could be really helpful if the team is needed.
Our next word here is prior planning. What kind of jobs do you think require a lot of prior planning?
Like being an engineer, when it comes to building bridges, you need to plan like all the space and what materials you're going to use. Also, architects need to plan a lot when they're making or designing buildings.
The final word is creativity. Ichiko.
Creativity can help us about the problem solving in different situations. In schools, creativity can let the teacher appreciate the students' work.
Does anyone want to answer? You can raise your hand if you want to answer. Which word inspires you the most? And why?
Because it involves me a lot between the relationship, friend, family, co-worker. Yeah, this kind of things.
Hey, thank you. It's a great answer.
And I have time here for students to present one of the activities that they've done last semester.
Changing states of water. Water exists in 3 states: solid, liquid, and gas. Activity 2.1. What happens when water loses heat? So when water freezes, it has more volume but has less density than water. What happens when water freezes? Its temperature drops, it freezes. As water freezes, it expands. So ice has more volume. It takes up more space but has less density than water.
Activity 2.2. What happens when water vapor loses heat? A. To find out what happens when water vapor loses heat. Material. Glass of cold orange squash, glass of warm orange squash, and a cling wrap. Process. First, put a piece of cling wrap over the mouth of the warm orange squash. Second, leave the 2 glasses of orange squash on the table for a few minutes. Third, observe the 2 glasses of orange squash. Observation. This is a cold orange squash and this is a warm. What do you touch? What do you feel? What do you think it's from? Ice? It's from the ice, yes? You can taste it. Taste? Yeah.
It's a bit salty for my ears. Just kidding.
What does it taste like?
Nothing.
Like water?
Yes.
So it's not from the inside. It's actually from the water vapor around us that touches the cooler surface. That's called condensing. Gas that turns into liquid.
Oh, it's from the air?
Any volunteers who observe the cling wrap, the other side of the cling wrap?
Which one?
You can see, what do you see? What do you see? You observe.
You can see some water droplets on that inside.
What do you think it's magic? It actually came from the orange squash that evaporates, and when it touches the cold surface of the cling wrap, it condenses and became water droplets. As when you can see when parents are cooking, you will see water vapor, water droplets on the lid. It's because the water evaporates and touches the coolest of the lid. When you take a warm bath, you can observe water droplets form on the glass because the water evaporates, and when it touches the cold surface of the glass, it condenses and becomes water droplets. In the morning, when the temperature drops, you will see water on the leaves. It's because the water vapor around us will touch the cooler leaves and turn into water droplets. When you order cold drinks from the restaurant, you can observe water droplets form on the can or the cups. Activity 2.3. What happens when water gains heat? Aim to find out what happens when water gains heat. Material: wheat or sand, thermometer, flash, tripod, oil lamp, metal spoon with plastic handle, and water. Process: set up the apparatus, observe and record the temperature indicated by the thermometer. Heat the water, observe and measure the temperature of the boiling water. First, we measure the temperature of the water, which is room temperature, and we also dyed the water red so it will be more visible. The second picture is, you can see the temperature rising up, and which means it's boiling. When water gains heat, you can see bubbles and the temperature rises up to 100 degrees. And the level of water decreases. When the water is boiling, the temperature rises to 100 degrees Celsius, which is the boiling point of water. Okay, one of our friends could come. Okay, Vasily, come here. How does the metal part feel? Let's use the other one. Okay. It's perfect. It's the perfect surface for water vapor to condense into liquid. Hold the metal spoon at the mouth of the conical flash for a minute while the water is boiling. What do you observe on the metal spoon part of the spoon?
Sorry, we gotta drink boiling water here, so we just got warm water.
Conclusion. When water gains heat, it evaporates. Thank you.
Activity 2.4, the water cycle.
Aim to find out how water cycle happens. Materials, oil lamp, ice, watch glass, water, beaker, tripod stand. Process. First, boil some water in a beaker. Second, place a watch glass containing some ice cubes on top of the beaker. Third, observe what happens to the ice.
So, we set up the apparatus and we boil the water. So as you can see, we have water droplets forming on the surface. These are formed because of the water vapor touching the cooler surface. And when the water droplets attract each other, they form bigger droplets. And gravity pulls them down. And then this repeats the cycle. So as you can see, the hot water represents the water from the oceans or lakes. And as you can see here, the water droplets came from the water vapor condensing.
Conclusion. Water cycle happens when liquid water evaporates into water vapor due to heat, condenses to form clouds, and precipitates back to earth in the form of rain and snow.
What happens when water loses heat?
When water loses heat to its surroundings, its temperature drops.
What happens when water vapor loses heat?
Condensation happens.
What happens when water gains heat?
Evaporation happens.
What do you call the process when water changes from liquid state to gas state?
Precipitation, condensation, evaporation, transpiration.
Let's see if your answer is correct.
The amount of water vapor in the air is called
Precipitation, rainfall, low pressure, humidity.
anyone?
So,
B.
when the wind is present, the rate of evaporation.
Decreases, increases, slow, changing.
Anyone knows it?
I'm
giving you guys a
hint.
Increases.
What happens when water vapor loses heat?
Evaporates, condense, melts, freeze. Condense, condense.
I think everyone is happy now.
Last question.
Gas.